The Huawei Y9 is one of a number of devices from the Chinese brand aimed directly at the more affordable end of the market. Hey there, it's Damien here for 9 to 5 Google, taking a quick look at the Huawei Y9, which is priced at a wallet-friendly $230. Most definitely one of the most appealing aspects of the Y9 is the device build quality. The metal construction isn't something you regularly find on devices at this lower price tag, and there's very little plastic or corner cutting in the structure of this handset whatsoever. The unibody design is very reminiscent of the iPhone 6, and I personally like the soft round edges as they help make the Y9 sit much more happily in your hand for long periods. So packed inside is the Kirin 659 CPU, 3GB of RAM and a 32GB of onboard storage, which can be expanded via microSD up to 256GB. The Y9 also includes the ability to simultaneously support dual SIM cards, which is a nice option for those that want two lines running on the one device. The screen as well is also another highlight of this device, as the 5.93 IPS LCD panel packs in a heck of a lot of detail despite the 2160 by 1080 resolution. By having a slightly low resolution display, you get the full benefit of that 4000 mAh battery, which takes some serious abuse to get to 0%. I'd have to say it is an absolute battery beast that really blows away much of the competition at the same price. The only problem? Huawei have stuck with the micro USB standard for the charge port, which seems a really weird inclusion for a 2018 smartphone. On top of that, there's also a fingerprint scanner included, which is fast and adds an extra layer of device security. One of the key areas that puts this device cost into perspective is the Huawei's EMUI 8.0 slapped on top of Android Oreo. Despite this, the Y9 pretty much glides through most average day-to-day tasks. That being said, I wouldn't expect top-tier performance, but menus and apps open fast enough to not hinder the overall user experience. It's clear that Huawei have borrowed much of their design and software language from the iPhone and iOS, which kind of goes against what makes Android such a different experience. EMUI takes the rounded squares and then takes away the app drawer for a cut price iOS feeling, which you'll either love or hate, but if I'm honest, I'd have to say I'm in the latter, although that does mean that installing Nova is an easy fix. On paper, the camera specifications seem pretty solid, and the Y9 has a quad camera system, 2 front facing and 2 rear facing. The reason for the 4 cameras is the ability to add blur on your images, not that this feature really works that well. The main rear camera has a maximum aperture at f2.2, which is nothing special, but is par for the course when you consider the price and competition. The 13 megapixel sensor allows you to capture some acceptable images, just don't expect anything that matches even flagships over the past couple of years. Not everyone can or wants to spend over $800 for a cell phone, especially when affordable smartphones are improving year on year like they have been. So many Chinese brands are hitting all of the marks that non-techie buyers look at when shopping for a new device, and Huawei's Y9 does a lot reasonably well to the point it's hard to overlook, the battery and build being particular highlights. It's a crying shame that it's unlikely to get an update to Android Pie, whilst the inclusion of micro USB is also a weird one, but it's clearly offset by the inclusion of the headphone port. That being said, if I were to recommend a smartphone at this price point, then unless you want the potential of up to 2 days of battery life, then I'd suggest going for the Moto G6, which is just $20 more expensive. But if cost is a major issue, then I'd take a look at the even cheaper Moto E5, which is one of the best sub $200 smartphones on the market right now. If you'd like to read a full article, then visit the link in the description or head to 9to5google.com for more Android and Google related news. Remember to subscribe as well to see more of our latest videos before anybody else. So with all that being said, thank you very much for watching. As always, I've been Damien for 9to5Google, and I will speak to you later.